Once upon a time, in a small town called Todmorden in West Yorkshire, there lived a policeman named Alan Godfrey. Alan was not just any ordinary policeman. He was known for encountering some very strange and mysterious events. One bright afternoon, just a few months before an even stranger incident, Alan was called to investigate a baffling case. It was June 11th, 1980, and a man named Desmond Adamski was found dead under puzzling circumstances. His clothes were put on him crookedly, and his shoes were tied wrong. It appeared as if he had fallen from the sky. Even stranger, his body had odd burns and a mysterious substance on his neck that did not exist on Earth. This was just the beginning of Alan's bizarre experiences. On the early morning of November 28th, 1980, while Alan was patrolling in his police car, he noticed a bright light ahead. As he drove closer, he saw an unusual craft hovering silently about 1.5 meters above the ground. It had spinning parts that moved in different directions and a row of windows around it. Alan was very curious, so he tried to radio the police station, but his radio wouldn't work. He stayed in his car and drew what he saw in his notebook. Suddenly, his left foot felt itchy and, to his surprise, his shoe had torn apart on its own. That night, Alan returned to the scene with other police officers and found a herd of cows inside a fenced garden with no sign of how they got there. How could this be? It was a head-scratching mystery. Alan shared his story with his fellow officers, and they were amazed to find out that other people had also reported seeing strange lights on the same night. His story was published in the newspaper, and soon everyone believed Alan had been abducted by aliens. This had a huge impact on his life. Alan wasn't taken seriously at work anymore, and his bosses wanted him to resign. 1 year later, Alan agreed to undergo hypnosis to remember more about the incident. Under hypnosis, Alan recalled getting out of his car and being hit by a beam of light from the craft. Panicked, he went back to his car and lost consciousness. When he woke up, he found himself in a room with a tall man with a white beard and some small creatures. It was scary and exciting at the same time. Before this incident, Alan had been hurt during an arrest and was left unable to have children. But one night, after all these strange events, Alan's wife heard a strange noise, and when they woke up, miraculously, Alan was healed. Soon after, his wife became pregnant, and they believed that aliens had something to do with it. Alan Godfrey's adventures were so extraordinary that people couldn't stop talking about them. Although his life changed forever, he always remained curious about the mysteries of the universe.